Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Boss Rush Network. I'm your host and Latte Excited Eddie V. Joining me is our Boss Rush alumni, LaMont Reed. Hello, good sir.
Hello. How are you all?
Great. Our boss man, Mr. Corey Derrick, is on a vacation. Well deserved. He gets to relax, enjoy time with the family, play some games, and nerd out over some food. So you guys will see him next episode. And hopefully we hear about his trip and hear about what's next that he got, because I'm super excited about the snacks. Of course, the time of his vacation time for him just being able to relax. But Lamont, how are you? How you been? It's been a while since you've been on the show.
I have been doing really well. I've been just trying to relax, and I'm back in school and got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm taking, believe it or not, I'm taking voice acting classes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe one day I could become a video game villain or something. I don't know.
Goku.
So I've been doing this for a while, and yeah, I miss you guys. So I need to come visit, say hey to my peeps. So
Ah, yes. Thank you for coming. Hey everybody, it's been a week. So of course, we're gonna be talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. The direct was last Wednesday, so we're gonna just talk about it. Of course, we got our Nintendo Direct recap. If you have not seen it, go check it out. Me, Corey, Stephanie, Josh, Laurent, and Andre, we all came together to talk about the direct, our feelings, the games, and we're just like kind of excited to see where Nintendo goes with the system and with the games, and see how things like literally play out in the future. Um, but yeah, just to give everybody a heads up, this coming Thursday will be my birthday. I will be turning 45. So hopefully you guys can reach out and say hi to your Power Block Papa, which is me. So I'm excited and everything. So do come and celebrate with me on my birthday.
yeah,
I'm super excited. Dude, I took 4 days off. I was just like,
yeah,
I'm taking vacation. Your guy's gonna pay me for those 4 days. Dude, I was telling Corey, I was just like, look, I got 4 weeks of vacation time that I
yeah.
gotta use. So I'm gonna get my monies. I'm gonna get my coins and
Yes,
stuff. So
yes.
um me and Lamont, we talked, did the expansion pass, talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. um and of course many things has happened by the time of this recording. Nintendo has delayed the pre-orders for it. We don't have a date yet, but when Nintendo does report it, definitely check out bossrush.net. We'll let you guys know. We'll probably be speaking about it on a future Nintendo Pow Block episode, so do go check that out. um, if you guys are a Patreon, hopefully you guys been enjoying our latest expansion pass. We've been talking about the Nintendo launch games for different systems. So you know, we still got more to come. We're excited to talk about, so do go check that out. If you are not a Patreon member, still check out bossrush.net and Boss Rush here on YouTube. So that you can see our conversations. We did talk about the Wii U, and we talked about the 3DS, and we got more systems that going do those past Nintendo launch games. um Lamont, I kind of want to ask you before we actually get into the story. um do you remember any of the Nintendo launch games, and what system that you feel had a great Nintendo launch when they release?
The Nintendo Wii.
Ooh, okay.
Um, and I remember specifically because I camped out in the rain for this game, and it was at a Best Buy, and it was funny because um This part really sticks out to me. There was this family that had a tent, and the moment the Best Buy guy, and oh gosh, they were so cool. It was a little cold and raining, and they were coming out, passing out hot cocoa and stuff like that for us, and it was the best. But anyway, they opened the door, and the family in the tent overslept. No one bothered to wake them up or anything. And I see the one of the boys' heads stick out, and he's like, oh my god, come on, we gotta get out." Because I mean, we were able to pass over the tent and walk right through, and oh gosh, that was that was hilarious. But gosh, let me see. For the Nintendo Wii, I spent a lot of my time playing Wii Sports. Me and my brother, we really enjoyed bowling and baseball. I mean, it was incredible.
Yeah, man, we sports just how the the days of the pack in.
Yeah,
Like I could so of course I had the NES which had the pack in of Mario and Donkey Kong.
hmm,
I had the Super Nintendo pack in with Super Mario World.
yeah,
Um, N64 didn't have a pack in. Like the my Game Boy had Tetris as a pack
yeah.
in.
Mine too.
So or did it not have a pack in? No, it didn't. Because I had to get Tetris separately. Yeah, I don't think my Game Boy had a pack in with it.
Was
I
that
think
was that like at the beginning of launch? It didn't
yeah,
have it, and then
yeah,
later on it. Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
So and then I didn't get a well um, the Sega Master System didn't have a pack in, I think. But uh, I do remember my brother get with his Sega Genesis. He got um
Sonic.
he you actually know Sonic. He got Artabeast as the pack in with his,
We're
and
going way
then
back. Wow,
yeah, when the Sega
I don't
Genesis
remember
first release,
that.
yeah, he had Artabeast as the pack in, and then later on, he ended up getting later on they started doing the Sonic pack-ins and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
yeah.
That's my brother got it. His came with Sonic, and then I had the Super Mario World, Super Nintendo. That was a wonderful Christmas. Then we would swap and play our, yeah, it was really something. What's funny? And I just, thinking back on like the trailer for Super Mario World, they
Hmm.
spoiled the ending for us. Did you realize that?
Oh no.
I actually remember watching it. Of course, pretty old. CRT TV in the
Hmm.
kitchen, and I remember seeing that commercial, and I remember seeing Princess Peach gliding off of the Bowser's clown vehicle. I
Yeah.
remember that. No. I'm sorry. Hold on. No. She was already on the floor. She was running towards Mario.
Yeah.
But I do remember seeing her in that commercial, and then now that I think back on it, I'm just like, oh, they spoiled the ending for us at Super Mario World.
Uh, and it was the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
uh that yeah. That fight was like crazy. Um
yeah.
but I think it's one of the easiest Bowser's boss fights that I have played. I've never I've never had a hard time fighting Bowser in any of the Mario games. Uh
For
King
me, it was Super Mario 64, the
mhm.
final one, because I kept running into the fireballs.
And not realizing that you gotta try to get around him to grab his tail to throw him.
Yeah. That was before Google and all that, and Yeah, it's oh gosh, you kids today, you'll never understand.
Uh,
Never understand.
a lot of
Mm-mm-mm.
people have been posting that, like, you'll never understand what we had to go through. I'm just like, some of the older folks now don't understand what we had to go through. It's like, shoot, you throw in a Mario game and see how their skills are. You'll be like, ooh, my Mario skills is questionable content, full on.
Yeah, I
I'd
had
be like, I tell Corey, because sometimes I get into my rants about Grand Theft Auto and like Gears and stuff. I was just like, how in the heck y'all can play Gears of War but can't get through a level of Mario Brothers? Come on now. I'm like, you try to play that whole game together. Mario Brothers is hard. I'm like, for a kids game, shoot, I could beat that game with ease. I did all 32 levels on top of doing the Japanese version, and
oh
I and
gosh.
I oh and I played the Japanese version on the Super Nintendo during the collection, the Super
Yeah,
Mario
yeah,
Brothers collection. Oh,
yeah,
trust me, I have beaten it and
yeah.
everything.
Me too. It took me a while. I mean, especially like at the last. You know what's it's funny, and maybe this is just me.
Hmm.
Maybe people can say it down in the comments. Super Mario Brothers 3, that King Koopa was a more intimidating for me than Super Mario World. I I guess because like the Dark World was really hard for me.
Yes.
And then like leading up to King, I think like one of the things that I guess what I really loved about his villain arc was you don't see him until like the very end. You finally get through like all the airships and all and all the traps and everything
Hmm.
through this dark world that's super hard, and you finally get to him, and you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to beat him? Because like I said, this is without Google. Like, I mean, you can't jump on him, you can't shoot him with your fireballs. Nothing. I mean, it's just you and him jumping up and down. You're trying to dodge as much as you can, and it's weird. It's weird how I ever came up to that conclusion. How did I come up to that conclusion? Oh yeah, that's right. I watched a game show,
Uh-huh.
and they beat King Koopa, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's how you beat him? Serious?" Man, those are the days. Mm-mm-mm.
Yes, yes. So, well, we're gonna get on with the show because we have a lot to cover. Everybody, trust me. This is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. You can learn more and support us over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/ Boss Rush Network. Join for as little as $1 a month grants you ad-free access to our main shows, early access to Expansion Pass and Video Game Book Club, exclusive access to Power Block's One Up podcast, and more. Become a Patreon producer at the $5 level or even follow us for free. If you can support us financially, please head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave a 5-star rating and a great review as it helps with discoverability. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you can never miss an episode. And make sure you'll leave a comment or question below. As always, you can follow us on social media platforms at Power Block Podcast and at Boss Rush Network. And you can find all of our content, including reviews, listicles, features, our daily banter discussions, and more on bossrush.net. So, like I said, everybody, go check out our Nintendo Direct recap. Um, like I said, we all talk about what we've seen for the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and the games. We give our opinions. It's a good one that you guys should hear. We all come from different places and opinions and stuff. Um, but everybody, it's time for Nintendo. And Lamont, as our guest, since it's been a while, what have you been snacking on?
Oh
Ooh.
gosh, let me see. Besides Girl Scout cookies, I have been really like snacking on a lot of like I've been eating these like veggie chips and stuff like that. I know that's boring. It's not the most exciting thing, snack Nintendo, but yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty much what I've been snacking on: veggie chips and yogurts and all that stuff. So nothing
that's
too exciting.
good. Nothing wrong. All snacks are respected here on Snack Tendo at Pow Block.
Yes.
So, well, for
What
me,
about you?
everybody, I got some shrimp from Culver.
Oh, okay.
uh, um, drinking the mellow yellow. I did try the blackberry Dr Pepper, the zero sugar one, which is really really good. They do make a regular version, but it's only in the 12 pack. So I did try that, but I did try a new pizza from the grocery store, and I don't know if this is everywhere, um, but if it is, I do recommend getting this pizza and giving it a try. It's
Okay.
called the Corner Booth Pub Style Pizza. They have different flavors depending on your grocery store. For me, it was pepperoni, sausage, and bacon pieces. It has some bomb bacon on it. I think it's about nine. It's like a regular 9-inch medium. Dude, I put that pizza on my pizza pan and it fit the whole thing. I'm like, oh heck yeah, there's no space. Heat it up, put it in, cut it in, like put it in for 12 minutes, took it out, put the pan on the oven so it could cool like for 5 minutes, then cut it up. It's some of the best bacon, sausage, and pepperoni I have ever had. I'm like,
Corner booth.
oh yeah, the corner booth pub style pizza. It
Okay, I'm
was
gonna look at that.
everything. I was just like, oh, this may be my number one. I think this surpasses Tombstone and Jack's as like thin crust pizza. Really, really good. Ours was on sale for like $6.99. Um,
Oh,
so I ate like half of it. I ate on the outside part of it because eating the corners and stuff. Nice crispy thin nice thin crust. I'm just like cheese dice and melted sauce was amazing. My mom even has some, and she's just like, I'm gonna have to buy one of these pizzas. She got one, and she ate it. She loves it. She has some of mine, and no problem. She got and everything, and she said it was really really good. So I think if we're thinking like if we're at a grocery store and we're thinking of thin crust pizza, the corner booth pub style pizza, I don't know why I was late on it. I don't know why people haven't been talking about it, but it is top tier. It's full on top tier. They do make a just an all pepperoni one, um but we just only had like the two flavors, the pepperoni sausage and bacon one. So, but yeah, it was so good. Put it on 450. The instructions said from 13 to 15 minutes depending on what your oven is. And so I put it under at 12 minutes because I know it would cook, it would get crusty and everything, but still feel a little soft and doughy. But then when I take it out and let it kind of cool down, it'll finish cooking it and make it a little bit hard and everything. So, but man, it was amazing. So yeah, corner booth pizza, pub style pizza,
I will look that
top
up.
tier. Yes. Um, I don't know if it's local or anything to a Chicagoland, but if it's available everywhere, if you guys see it at your grocery store, full on get it. Uh, yeah, and enjoy some pub style pizza. And you could cut it any way that you want to. It doesn't come cut that way. But you could see how to do pub style cuts for the pizza and everything. It's really really good. So
Okay. Oh, they got all kinds here. Buffalo style chicken and all that.
yeah,
We have to try this out. Hopefully
yeah.
they have it here.
Yeah. So, and then I had some honey buns and stuff. For the direct, I had some Tostitos and nacho cheese, and I was just eating them. The must was good. And I finished the cheese in the bag, and I'm just like, and then I had some lifesaver gummies, too. While watching it, I was snacking
Oh,
good during
those
the
are good.
directs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we're gonna move on and talk about what we have been playing with power. And Lamont, what have you been playing with power?
Oh gosh. So, okay, all right. What have I been playing lately? I have a confession to make. I never played the Sudoku games
Oh,
up until recently, and I was blown away. So I'm playing. Well, of course, I'm playing the first one.
hmm
I only have a few hours in, but the game is amazing. It really is. The story really drew me. it's, it's so good. I was just like, wow, this is something, you know. So, but
I I played it and beat it on PlayStation One. I beat two, and the funny thing about this, I don't remember none of the story for both games.
mm, yeah, well, what drew me to get it was I ended up playing. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with my mind lately? Mm, Um. Anyway, I can't remember, but anyway, I ended up getting the games, and that's currently what I'm enjoying. Oh, of course, I'm also enjoying Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Nice.
Yeah, I had it for the Wii U, and I didn't finish it. So, um, but I really like that this one. It seems like the textures and everything are a lot smoother,
It is. Yeah.
and yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I'll be putting some time in that once uh at the end after the end of the podcast. But yeah, it's really good.
Ugh,
I didn't
good.
know there was anything. I didn't know there were any DLC. I didn't know that.
Um, so the DLC is new for
Oh,
it.
it's new.
Yeah, so all of
Oh,
that stuff is new for both of those games because during the
oh,
play because those two are PlayStation 1 games. So they never whatever's on the disc, that was it. So with this re-release, this remaster, if there's any new content on it, it's all brand new to the game.
ah, cool,
You know,
nice.
we didn't have internet like that for PlayStation or for any console for that matter. Um So, we didn't get like internet for we didn't get I mean, we had the Sega Genesis with the dial up and everything. But we didn't get like internet play until Xbox, the
Yeah.
regular Xbox. And then when PS2 and GameCube came out, they had their respectable internet and then gaming started coming along like that way. I know Dreamcast had it for Fantasy Star Online, but that was like the only game I could think of. So,
Oh yeah, that was the was that Fantasy Star
yep, Fantasy
Online
Star Online.
games?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
So, well, anything else, Lamont?
Oh no, can't think of anything else. But yeah, those are games I've been enjoying. Yeah,
Okay. Well, for me, Xenoblade Chronicles X, still making progress in that game, and playing
cool,
that.
cool.
Finished Like a Dragon, Gaiden, the man who erased his name, played that. So, uh,
How
and
is that?
it's really, really good. It's about 20 hours, 20 plus hours, depending on what you do. and how
Hmm.
you go about it, like how you power up your character, Janru, which is actually Kiru Kazuma, or Kazuma Kiru. Um, and you do play a part that connects to the first Like a Dragon,
Hmm.
but I won't reveal what part that is. You
Okay.
actually have to play it. So, well,
So I have to catch
so yeah, so my Like a Dragon experience is almost complete because I gotta play Majima's story, the pirates one. I gotta play that, and then all four games of the Like a Dragon series would be done. Because so this is how backwards I went, Lamont. Um, Even though I own Like a Dragon and played it, I never finished it for a while. So,
same.
um, I got Infinite Wealth. So I beat Infinite Wealth, then went to Like a Dragon, just beat a man who erased his name, and then haven't played Yakuza Pirates Like a Dragon. Um, so it's those four games, and everything. I know there is a Shogun one, but I don't think that's Like a Dragon. I think that's part of the Yakuza series and everything. It's still like a spin off for it. So yeah, so it's supposed to be Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name. That's supposed to be that happens during Like a Dragon,
Mm.
and then Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is the follow up to both of those games. Um, and they connect, and then it's the Pirates one. So I installed Yakuza 6. Because I played Yakuza 6 but never finished it, so I'm going to finish that one. Uh I did finish the Judgment series, so Judgment 1 and Judgment 2, those are finished. So pretty much like the Yakuza series, I am almost completed with, and just working on some of those past games and everything. Like some of the Yakuza series, I did finish. Um, I know I need to beat Kiwami too. I could go back and beat Kiwami, but I already finished the original Yakuza 1 on PlayStation 1. I never got a chance to play Yakuza 2 on PlayStation. I did finish 3 and 4 on PlayStation 4. Um, if I need to replay 5 because I don't remember the storyline. I don't know if I beat it. In Yakuza 6, I own it, but I never got a chance to beat it. And then I just need to go through finish up Yakuza 0 because I have it, but I just need to be committed to finish it, and then I'll be done with the whole all series of those games. I think there's 11 or 12 of them. For the Yakuza game, or even 13. I think I have to look up and see it.
Mm.
There are some that's in Japan that never came over. Because there's some Yakuza games where you're beating up zombies and everything. And those games never came. There's some of them, they was like in the Shogun area. I think they never came here too. So not all the Yakuza games are here in total. Um, but yeah. And then I started up After Love EP. This is a visual novel game. And it's a really good game. I think I'm halfway through it. I got 30 days to get my band together before we make represent our new songs and stuff. But a terrible event happened to one of the characters, and you're playing him and try to deal with his grief and everything. But there's other things that you could do with it. I
Oh.
don't want to give away. This is from the person who made Coffee Talk, um,
Mm.
and who also passed away, and stuff. So it's it's a really good game. I want to finish it before I have a discussion about it, because I think some people will probably resonate with the premise of this game would be for
It's
it.
for the
So
Nintendo Switch.
yes, it's for Switch, for Xbox, for PlayStation, and for PC. It's available for everybody,
Okay.
for all consoles and and PC. So
Mm.
um that is what I am working on. I think it looks like you can beat it in a day, depending on how long you want to play it and stuff. There are points of it you can do different missions, so you could jam out and play as a mini game, by pressing like the buttons and stuff on time. So think of like um uh Dance Dance Revolution, stuff like that. Um, or
Oh yeah.
or like Yakuza, where could you do karaoke in Yakuza games, and you're just pressing buttons and making sure it's like that. So that's just pretty much what I am playing. I'm trying to start up Doom Eternal, so I could work on that and finish that up before Doom the Dark Ages comes out. I know South by Midnight is dropping soon.
Yeah.
But I'm holding on to that game till I get back from PAX. So I'm not picking that game up just yet. I'm gonna just wait on that game, and once I get back from PAX, I'll pick it up and give it a chance. But those are the games that I am playing with Power. So we're gonna get into Femi News. And we have a lot to cover. We're not gonna spend too much time on the Nintendo Switch Direct or anything. Um, but we are gonna talk about some Switch 2 news that you may not even know about. So we're gonna start with Nintendo outlines Switch Online's updated tiers, including Switch 2 exclusives, more features, systems, and games. So following the announcement. GameCube titles will be coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo's Treehouse event provided an update about what exactly is on offer across both tiers. Some content is also noticeably exclusive to Switch 2, and yes, this includes the GameCube library and upgrade packs. Here's the full breakdown along for it. So Nintendo Switch Online, access Nintendo Classics 150 titles, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, NES, online pay, Nintendo Music, the mobile app, save data cloud, access to F-Zero 99, Tetris 99, exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2, Game Chat. Expansion pack includes all Nintendo Switch Online features. Access more Nintendo classics, the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis, the Mega Drive classics, and access to select DLC. Exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2, Game Chat, Nintendo GameCube, select Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrade packs. And then they show the offer. So, it's worth noting how Nintendo will also be allowing Switch 2 users to try out Game Chat for free until March 31st, 2026. Switch Online's base tier costs $19.99 per year, and including the special pack tier, it will set you back $49.99 for your original equivalent. So, um, to let everybody know, on Switch 2, um, you would get the game chat, you would get the GameCube, and then you would get the upgrade packs if you have NSO expansion pack. If you just have the regular basic ones, you only get game check if you upgrade to Switch 2. Um so that clears it. If you still on the Nintendo Switch, you won't have GameCube. Just whatever tier that you are at, that's all you will have for that system. Lamont, do you think this makes sense? Is it a way to get people to upgrade to the expansion pack when they get their Switch to, or should people? You think people should get expansion pack route now with their Switch One to enjoy more games? What are your thoughts about it?
Well, I personally would get. I mean, I'm still going to vote for getting the Nintendo Switch 2 now.
Hmm.
But if you can, in the meantime, I'd still get the Nintendo Switch Online.
The expansion
Um,
pack.
yeah, I still would get the pack. While working on getting the Nintendo Switch 2. Um, But that's pretty much what I would pretty much do.
Yeah, because if you think about it, so right, if you get the expansion pack, you'll have about six systems. You'll have the Super Nintendo, the Game Boy, the NES, the Game Boy Advance, the N64, and the Sega Genesis, along with the Mega Drive, which is the Japanese version of the Sega Genesis, and then
Hmm.
you'll have also select DLC for some of Nintendo's games. Um, and I think people didn't realize that because I know it was a big debate. Shout out to Jack Borrow. We talked about it. We wrote an article together about it. Um, about the $50 price tag for it, that it's an annual fee, so you pay once and you'll get all of that, and then it renews itself every year as long as you get it. You're not paying $50 per month or anything. And I know a lot of people were just upset about it because of the price being so high, but I'm like, that you get more content. You're going to be getting a lot of games, and then you're going to get Japanese games that never came to America at all. And with that price point, you're going to get more systems added on. So with this GameCube, you'll have literally seven consoles um on the system along with the Switch. So you kind of got like with Switch 2. So you're kind of going to have like eight consoles in one.
Also, you also have to take into consideration that the games that they're going to include in the GameCube, they're going to be updated versions of those games.
Yes.
Like as far as like the frame rates and everything. Yeah, it's. Uh, I mean, gosh, I still can't believe I finally get to play Wind Waker. I mean, I man, it's been so long. I haven't even finished the game, the original version. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I beat it on GameCube. I have the Wii U HD version
uh,
that I need to finish. But man, it's gonna be exciting to see a lot of people actually get to play the original GameCube version without not
yeah,
without but the quality of life stuff. So people will get to witness a certain exploration part of the game later on. So that's going to be interesting to say the least. So
yes,
but like Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, I'm excited to play because I've never got to play that Fire Emblem games and stuff. I did pick up Fire Emblem like for like my Game Boy Advance, but I wasn't into the series until Awakening came because of the permadeath stuff, and I wasn't a strategy kind of person. So knowing that this game is going to be on the game on GameCube expansion, I could rewind the game if I make my mistakes for
yeah.
battles. So the experience is going to be easier to get through.
It's it's a it's a really good game too. It's one of the first Fire Emblem games that got me started on the series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um
it's really good.
but Lamont, you'll get to I don't know if you actually played Soul Calibur 2 on GameCube.
I never got to see. I never got to play it.
It's when you get your Switch 2, once it becomes available, you need to play that game. Cause Link, oh my goodness. Bandai Namco, I'm going by their regular name, Namco. Namco at that time knocked it out the park. This was the first um game I think that Nintendo allowed a third person developer to use one of their characters in their game. So, cause like Spawn was Xbox, Hahachi was PlayStation,
Oh yeah,
um, and so to see Nintendo to be like Namco, yeah, go ahead and use Link, and everything. Now, at this time, I don't think Namco had a relationship with Nintendo to for Smash just yet.
Well, wasn't that? Well, I could be wrong, and I gotta look this up. But didn't they have the Mario Kart
They had the
game?
arcade game,
The arcade?
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, but a lot of people don't know that because it was under Nintendo's name.
Yeah. Oh, right, right, right.
So
Yeah.
when Soul Calibur 2 came out, I don't think the Mario Kart games were out just yet. Because they have put out two versions of the Mario Kart game.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, so I think it may have been the Wii version that Neko started doing Smash. Cause I think Nintendo themselves did Smash Melee. I would have to look that up. Um but yeah, um Bandai, I mean Namco and Link, and it became the bestseller, and this is what made everything so confusing. So um when 3 came out for Soul Calibur, they only went to PlayStation and never went to any other console, and everybody was just like, "Well, where's the Nintendo version at?" Soul Calibur 2 was the only Soul Calibur game that came to a Nintendo platform.
Mm.
I'm like, wow.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I'm looking forward to trying that one now because I never had the chance to do it. But
I'm so excited for you to try it out. Now we make it a chance for Eternal Darkness so people can understand why that game is held so dear from a lot of horror fans. And
mm,
then a lot of Nintendo fans and stuff. Well, we're gonna move on to our next news story because it seems that Elden Ring Switch 2 physical version seemingly tarnished by game key card release. So it says Nintendo this week announced game key cards for the Switch 2, which are described as different from regular game cards as they don't contain the full game data and are instead used as a key to download the title onto your system via the internet. As fans are quickly finding out, a lot of third-party titles scheduled for the launch window of the Switch 2 will be using these game keycards, and now it seems like Elder Ring Tarnished Edition Front Software could be joining this list when it arrives in 2025. This comes from a physical listing up on Play Asia, which specifically tags Elden Ring Tarnished Edition as a game keycard, released in Japan and Asia. As mentioned in a story by Kotaku, this was initially highlighted on social media. Um, and Wario64 posted it on their Blue Sky. Um, and it says new game listings for Nintendo Switch 2 on PlayAsia will specify between game key cards, game carts. Sources come from distributors and publishers with game updates as we see further information. So,
mm,
it, uh when Elden Ring Tarnished Edition arrives on Switch 2, it will include the base game, the Shadow of the Entry expansion, new armor, and a new torrent appearance customization feature. Um, and then if you guys want to learn more about the game key card, you can check out Nintendo's website. I know it's been a big discussion about how people are going to go about getting these games. Um, you know, so it's going to be interesting to see with the game key card. We're assuming that you're definitely going to need the game card in order to play the game and everything. Um, but if you buy it digitally, you won't have to worry about that, and we'll figure out the pricing systems for how that goes in the future. And you know that Nintendo is going to be having that borrow system, like how you could transfer one game to your other system and play it there if it's digital release. Um, of it's with the family plan on different switches, they have 2 weeks to play the game, and then they'll automatically go back into the main account where we don't know how long it takes for you to give them back that game for another 14 days. But what do you think about this?
I've really been thinking about this a lot, and I think as far as like ports go, I'm probably just gonna stick with digital.
Mm,
But if it's something like brand new, like okay, we're getting Pokemon ZA.
yes.
I'm just gonna go with the physical with Switch 2 version because why not? I mean I'm just gonna get that. I'm not even gonna get the I'm not even gonna think about the Switch uh one version. Same as Metroid Prime Beyond.
Yes.
I'm just gonna get that physical,
So
with
can
the
I
card key.
tell you I may just double dip on Metroid? As
Really?
in, yeah, I think I'm going to get the Switch version and
Oh.
then get the Switch 2 version separately. I think I want to get both
See,
cards.
shoot. Now maybe I'll do
The
that too
the
for Metroid.
Yeah, the only reason why because I want to have the original Switch version for my library, and I rather get the Switch 2 version for its library. I think that's what's going to happen for me with that
Oh,
game.
that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'll probably end up doing that too.
Yeah,
Just for
it's
Metroid though.
right.
For Pokemon, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Pokemon. I'll probably get both if they do double versions. But no, I think they only doing one version. Well, I don't know. I got to see how they're doing it. How they're releasing that game.
Yeah, you know what? You would have thought that they would have mentioned that during their last direct, right? Then they have two
Yeah,
versions, but I don't think they did this time. Hmm. But then again, Arceus didn't have two versions either. So hmm.
yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So Elden Ring, Elden Ring is a weird one. And the thing I'm gonna wait for the reviews because I still got the Xbox Elden Ring still in this wrapping. I'm not an Elden Ring kind of
Yeah,
person. Like I think because I'm such a stylish action gamer, the Elden Ring thing doesn't do it for me. Even though I did beat Avowed, because that thing game also has a stamina version. But there's just something about Elden Ring that the soul style kind of games that's just like, I don't want a stamina bar and I want to do combos against big enemies. I want to counterattack and everything, and those games don't really allow me to do that. You know,
I'm kind of like that myself.
I mean,
It's
it's
hard to explain, but yeah,
Elden Ring to me is like the NES Ninja Gaiden games of its days. You know, and it's just like I I don't not saying that I don't want to go through that headache or anything, but I'm like I understand the strategies in on how those games are made, but I'm like I I want to do combos. I'm a Killer Instinct kind of guy. I'm a Mortal Kombat 3 kind of guy. That when I'm doing those combos, it makes me feel good that I'm pulling it off.
yeah.
That fast paced action of like Bayonetta and Devil May Cry and stuff. It just feels good to be pulling that all off. Even Streets of Rage 4. Like, I love just doing the combos and stuff and getting those hits and everything. It just seeing the energy bar go down and down. I don't want to be like, okay, I got 3 hits, I gotta drink a potion. Okay, you got the same 3 hits, gotta deal with the camera. Okay, now it's game over. Now I gotta deal with all of this stuff and try to get myself like there's something about that that's just like, I don't have the patience for it. Blame my Aries side for that problem.
I get it. I totally get it. I mean, is something about those combos, and I'll tell you, I'm a huge fan of the Batman Arkham series,
Yes.
and oh gosh, those combos. I mean, the impact, the sound, it really makes you feel like you're really hitting the guys. But yeah, I love like hidden combos. Seriously.
So, well, Lamont, let's move on. Cause you were speaking about Suikoden 1 and 2. Well, guess what? Konami appears to be releasing Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remasters on Switch 2. The physical pre-orders are now live. It's the story states the Switch 2 has officially locked in a release date, and while a lot of games have already been confirmed for the platform, it looks like we might have one more. It seems Konami will be releasing its Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster package on the Switch 2, with listings for this game already popping up on sites like Play Asia. It will apparently be made available alongside the launch of the system on June 5th, 2025, and is priced at $34.99 or your regional equivalent, with pre-orders now live. Play Asia has posted something on Twitter. On I guess on their Twitter account, they said so we could then 1 or 2 HD remaster. Now this is a game cart. Will release physically for the Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5th. Will include English, Japanese, and Chinese language options for it. At this moment, the title seems to have only been revealed for select regions, but the versions available for pre-order will include English language support. There's also no mention of it being a game key card release or anything like that either. This Suikoden HD remaster package arrived last month on the original Nintendo Switch system. So, um, you probably can't have it ordered from Play Asia. Um, and I believe the Switch 2 is not region locked, so you can play this version of the game um on your American Switch 2, whenever you get it. Uh, Now they don't mention anything about the upgrade version or anything like an upgrade pack. Um, uh, so we'll probably have to wait for more details to come out. But if you want to get the Switch 2 version, check out Play Asia's website, and if you want to do a pre-order, give them a pre-order and have it shipped to your um region, I should say. Lamont, do you how do you feel about this? If it gives you a free upgrade pack, will you be playing so we could then win the two on your Switch 2?
Yeah, I would. I would. There's only like a handful of games that I would ever double dip because
Mm-hmm.
I I actually only started double dipping recently, I think. But yeah, if with the free update and everything, I would definitely get the Sudokin collection on the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
I forgot. There's another game I'm looking forward to that I also have not tried, and it's the Lunar series.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try that too.
I am planning on getting that game too. I've never played it, but I didn't have the Sega CD, so I didn't get to play it on Sega Genesis. Um, Working Designs didn't bring it to my area for the PlayStation 1. So I never got a chance to play Lunar. The only time I seen Lunar was in my EGMs.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I'll be excited to play these two games. I heard it's a really good series. Um,
It
so
is. There was one for the PSP that I really enjoyed back in the day, and well, someone stole my PlayStation Portal.
oh
I mean my
no,
PSP, but yeah, that was pretty much the end of that. But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. The story was pretty good too. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Lamont, just want to let you know, select EU retailers are abandoning Nintendo's suggested retail price for Switch 2 games. Let's see if others will follow suit. The big talking point that has arisen out of the Switch 2 Direct is Nintendo's approach to game pricing. Mario Kart World comes with a suggested retail price of $80 or £75. And while the likes of Donkey Kong Bonanza is a little cheaper at a suggested $69.99 or £66.99, both cheaper when bought digitally, we might add, hearing a figure that high has been a tough pill to swallow. And yet, we mustn't forget that this is only a suggested price. Retailers are free to list titles at whatever lump sum they please, and for some European storefronts, Nintendo's starting figure is clearly too high. As brought to our attention by the wonderful John Cartwright on Blue Sky, some EU listings for upcoming Switch 2 titles are already appearing as low as £60 or a £20 drop on Nintendo suggestions. French retailer C Discount has copies of Donkey Kong Bonanza up for pre-order for £59.90, and regional Amazon listings for The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch 2 Edition can be found at the same price. Um, and everybody, just to let you know, all our stories for Family News have come from Nintendo Life. While UK retailers haven't started listing Switch 2 software pre-orders at the time of writing, we heard that storefronts in Spain and Italy are sticking to Nintendo's suggested price as the first wave of pre-orders start to trickle out. In short, it seems that only very select stores are going against the grain of Switch 2 pricing for now, but there's every chance that others will follow suit. During during yesterday's Treehouse presentation, the live chat was flooded with comments of drop the price as Nintendo started to showcase gameplay footage from its first party offerings. The SRP, or suggested retail price, has clearly caught most people off guard, but these first listings might suggest that not all hope is lost just yet.
Yeah, that was brutal. Um I was telling I posted something on Facebook, um and I said, you know, all of my 42 years of living, I have never seen Nintendo go down like this. I mean, it was so weird because I think we all had this collective sense of so much hype
hmm
and then immediate like bring the hype down, and we're all angry and we're all sad and worried and confused because there's a lot of misinformation that was passed around regarding the pricing situations, and I you know, but I know we spoke about this earlier,
hmm
and I agree. Nintendo was preparing for the whole tariff situation. They were just
Yes.
preparing, but I don't think that they were prepared for this, for the backlash that they've received, and at this scope.
Well, I think people, you know, this was the same thing with Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, it's $70. I'm not buying. Okay, everybody made that argument. Okay, if it was such a problem, why Tears of the Kingdom do 10 million games in the first 3 days that it was released? That's $700 million. We're not thinking about the development cost that these games take. No, we're not thinking about. the rise of cost of living and stuff that those developers have and everything. Like, there's many factors about this game. And Nintendo, they want to make a profit off of their games. So but the option is always there for you to buy it or not. You complaining doesn't solve the problem or fixes it. You know, you could complain about the price, but are you complaining because you it's attention, or are you complaining because um you feel like that's not in your price range to buy games? That's your limit and everything. I was talking to Corey about this. Um, we were just sitting down talking about it, and I was just like, "Do you know that people spend $80 per week just on cigarettes alone?" I'm
Hmm.
like, "Don't you know?" I was telling him, I'm like, there are a pack of cigarettes that cost at least 15 some dollars.
Yeah.
And if you get two packs, that's close to almost 30 some dollars, or 25 some dollars. And the addiction that cigarettes have, people end up paying more, spending 100 plus some dollars per week off of like cigarettes or e-cigs or whatever. Um and so, like, seeing people complain about a game, I'm like, when it's your favorite hobby, or it's your favorite franchise, you tend to spend more collectively to get it. Think of how much people pay in a month for like Fortnite or Minecraft for their kids and stuff, or Roblox, or Roblox, I should say. I'm like, you're spending over 80 some dollars plus. If there was some if there a Beyonce would say a special ticket price right now for a one night event is $80. You think you gonna complain about $80? Them people gonna snatch them tickets up as quickly as they can. So why is it with Nintendo, charging $80 for a Super Mario World that is a Super Mario Kart World, such a Mario Kart World, sorry everybody. Why is that such a big deal? It people sometimes want to complain just to be complaining or just to get attention. Because I was talking on a direct with everybody, and I'm just like, you have the options to buy it or not. But I'm like, but if Grand Theft Auto 6 was the same price, you would see nobody complaining. They would complain to get attention and get clicks, but you wouldn't see nobody complain about it. That would be the number one game that game comes out on like multiple platforms.
Well, and of course, there's that saying. Well, I guess Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be $100, as we all thought it would be.
And
But
that and Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to sell off a name alone.
oh
It's not going
yeah,
to be. It's not going to be about the production. It's digitally, and it's on a Blu-ray.
hmm
So if they want to charge like the same price for Mario Kart, there's not going to be no complaints.
no, I've learned that there's going to be some kind of discourse on games nowadays, from Pokemon fans to I remember that incident with the whole uh, Bayonetta 3
Yeah,
situation. It's my boycott this game, but they end up selling like hotcakes anyway. So
I think like 1 million or 3 million. They
yeah,
end up selling it.
3, yeah, 3 million. I think it was a little bit over that, but I could be no, it was 3 million. They did, but I already knew. Like, I can sit there and worry about the price and everything. I know I'm still gonna get it.
Right, and
You know,
and I mentioned that on our direct recap. I was just like, yes, this the same thing happened with the Super Mario collection when it was time exclusive. But why would they do that? Right? I'm like, you got 6 months or you got almost a whole year to get this game. It's this price. It's you have time to get this game. There's no way that you can't save up $60 in 6 months. Would you have a of course there's job finances and all of that stuff. But you may I'm like, you could get this game for a gift or something. Someone could get you this game. But and the game sat on the shelves for the last 6 months after
Yep.
people bought it. And so it was just like, and then when they took it off the eShop, when they took it off the stores, wasn't nobody racing trying to get it or anything. You know, you you have a choice to get stuff, and it's these developers. I'm not developers. Nintendo's not forcing you to get their games. They're letting you know this is the price. If you would like to buy it, it's going to be at this price. Because the suggested retail price, don't forget those companies or who are selling it. If they change the price, they're the ones that's losing out on money because with every sale, Nintendo has to get their money first
Yeah.
before you as a business get yours. So no matter on how attractive it is, Nintendo might be like, okay, we want our 35% cut of whatever. You have to give Nintendo that 35% cut. There's no ands, it's a buts about it. That's a contract that you sign that they would get paid first before anybody else. And whatever comes out of that, then you will get your revenue out of that. And you want to cut it? Let's see how that works. Because don't forget, because Europe, I'm not gonna understand why Europe is cutting it in a sense. You have to make it attractive to sell your games because Europe is not a big Nintendo um uh um continent. It used to be it used to be Sega and then it switched to PlayStation. Europe is big on PlayStation. Yeah, I'm not saying that Europe don't have Nintendo fans or anything or a Nintendo community, but Nintendo doesn't sell that big compared to what PlayStation sells. So to make it attractive, they may have to do a cut on the price so that they could get sales in it, especially with the changes in price. Um with the dollar.
Yeah.
So I can understand. But all this complaining about, oh, well, Super Mario Kart is 80. Okay, Mario Kart, I keep saying Super Mario Kart. Mario Kart World is $80. Guess what? Why is it the 15th week of this game been out since the release? Still number one.
Yeah.
Because that was all Mario Kart Deluxe on the Switch. And mind you, this is a version of the Wii U with some new stuff added on with DLC. And it's been selling on how much? And it's been on MPD for how long? I got respect to Grand Theft Auto, respect to the Call of Duty series. There's no way none of those games have the longevity of being on an MPD list. I'm going back to MPD. I know it's a different name on MPD list since those games been out. Mario Kart has been on that list for 7+ years in the top 10. You don't think that mug is going to be in the top 10 when that game comes out? Over the price? Come on now.
And the possible additions to that game, like we mentioned earlier.
Because if that mug hit nines, eights, nines, and tens and stuff, that Nintendo's gonna collect coin.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm talking about the Mega Yoshi coin. I'm not talking about the regular Super Nintendo coins. I'm talking about the big coins. They're gonna collect that chat. So so we'll see how that plays out. Any more thoughts on that, Lamont, before we get to our last story?
I just know I'm getting it. That's that's all I've got to say. I gotta, you know, it just it it always seems like it's venting or complaining about something is the thing to do. You see a group of people doing it, You just want to get in just to feel like you belong in the conversation. And then when you hear the announcement is pre-orders are available, you're just gonna grab it anyways. I
Yes.
mean, it's just how it is. But I'm being true to myself. I'm just gonna say, nah, okay, whatever. And I'm going to find a way to get this game. So
Yes.
you know,
Same here. Well, Lamont, let's get into our last story. Cyberpunk 2077 Switch 2 cross progression confirmed, performance and resolution detailed. Um, Cyberpunk 2077 is on the way to the Nintendo Switch 2 this June, and more details about it are beginning to surface. Firstly, CD Projekt Red has confirmed the Nintendo release will be fully cross-progression compatible with versions on other platforms. The game's social media account has also revealed the performance on Switch 2 is still improving, but the team is targeting 1080 dock instead of 20 in handheld mode, with the game running between 30 to 40 frames per second, depending on the mode, performance, and quality. It's also been confirmed the Switch 2 version will be $69.99 or £69.99 when it launches on June 5th, 2025. It's worth noting how the physical Switch 2 version of Cyberpunk 2077 has also been confirmed to be a 64 gigabyte game card. It will contain all of the game and the expansion with no download required.
Mm,
So it might require some download, which might be a patch or something like that. But that's
yeah.
pretty much it. Keep in mind the Switch 2 and its launch date has only just been revealed, so we're likely to hear a lot more about all the launch games in the coming days, weeks, and months. So, yeah, cross progression with Cyberpunk 2077. That's good on them.
I may
Um,
get that.
yeah,
I,
hopefully the
I
Switch. I was telling Corey, hopefully the Switch 2 version don't get the janky mess that Xbox and PlayStation got. Cause the whatever the Google whatever that Google server streaming thing was, they were the only ones that got the best version. Everything was janky garbage.
yeah, I'm going to wait to see how it all turns out, but I really wouldn't mind getting that for Nintendo Switch 2. Hopefully it like you said, hopefully it turns out
Yeah. And I
good.
think I think it would do well for being on Nintendo Switch and CD Projekt Red supporting them. I'd be surprised if The Witcher 3 that came on Nintendo Switch gets an upgrade too. Even if they do like a $10 upgrade for it, I think it would be cool to see that happening. Um, too. So,
It's one of the most praised games for the Nintendo Switch.
hmm
I was just telling my brother, that's who it was. I was just in there going, I haven't even played that game for the Switch yet, and I guess because I I initially thought, I don't even think it's gonna run, all that well on the Switch, but apparently everyone said, "Oh no, it's perfect." I said, "Oh, okay, okay, well, I'll have to check it out for sure." But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be one of those games I'll end up getting during my shopping spree for my birthday. So yeah, I'll be getting that.
yes, yes, I will too. I probably get but I might just get the physical version. I'm gonna see how when I had the 64 card. I was telling one of my friends, Bob Rudy on Twitter. Um, I he did a mention of um Cyberpunk 2077. I'm just like, I have not even installed it in my Series X, so I've never played the improved version of it. I only know the janky version that I got from
You know
the
what?
Series X.
You
I mean,
got
for
it.
the Xbox.
You got it.
I have Cyberpunk. I have the disc, so I had
I
just
do
got to.
too.
I had to put it on my Series X and let it download and do all the upgrades and stuff. And just be like, I'll start a new game and just see how it runs. because it was janky, and I'm just like, I cannot play this. And me and LaRon, and I love LaRon, shout out to him. We had not arguments but debates, and I told him just like, this is not real gameplay. This is not how this game is gonna look when it comes out. And when it came out, I know LaRon was like defending it and everything. It's gonna look really good and everything. I was just like, I don't trust this. I feel like we're gonna get some aliens, colonial marines nonsense. And that game came out, and it was alien marines, colonial nonsense that came out, and then all of that stuff happened and everything. It's one for the books, everybody. um, but I will say,
I'm,
Target
I'm,
did. Target, it was a buy two get one free sale. So me and LeBron
well,
hopped on, because me and LeBron hopped on the sale for it. I think he got some PlayStation games. I got something for a Switch. I got Cyberpunk, the Cyberpunk 2077 as a pre-order, because I got that for free, and then I got Final Fantasy 7 for PlayStation 4. So I paid for no, I think I paid for Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy, and then I got whatever my Switch game was for free. I can't think about. I think it was Kirby or something. So we took advantage of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got Cyberpunk for the PS5. Had the steel case to it.
Hmm.
$10 at Best Buy.
Yeah,
I
when that,
said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get this."
because they was trying to get rid of Cyberpunk 2077 for everything. They were
Yeah,
just like, "Oh, this is some Borderlands 3 garbage nonsense. We trying to get rid of it all," and they
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
sell that game for nothing.
I was surprised. I had a feeling. I said to myself, maybe they'll improve it. I'll just get it just in case.
And it took a year and a half, I think, for
Yeah,
it to be improved.
yeah. Now they're seeing some good success. I'm happy for them. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's got to be that's one of the biggest like turnaround stories I've ever heard.
Hmm. Yeah, it was. Because it was cheap when they dropped the price. That's why I turned it around. Everybody was just like, I'll buy this game for $10, and then I'll wait for the, and it dropped. And yeah, because I really don't know how many people beat Cyberpunk 2077. I They may beat on Switch. Who
Hmm.
knows? But yeah, everybody, that is going to be Family News. We do have some games for the week, but we don't have any like smaller stories. We don't have the Switch Online updates or anything at this time, and we don't have any community questions. This was just like kind of more of a laid back episode, but we do have the games that are coming this week for Nintendo Switch. So there are two games: Star Overdrive, race across the alien planet on your hoverboard in this high speed action adventure, master tricks, solve puzzles, battle enemies, and shape your destiny. We also have, well, this is me and Corey's one of our favorite games on the Nintendo Switch. We have Hook Complete Edition. Unwind and challenge your mind with Hook. Experience the ultimate relaxing puzzle game collection with Hook Complete Edition, featuring both Hook 1 and Hook 2 in one package. Hook, a minimalist puzzle game where your goal is to remove all hooks from the board using intuitive mechanics. No timers, no scores, just pure stress-free gameplay complemented by a calming ambient soundtrack. With Hook 2, expands the challenge into an extra dimension, introducing new mechanics while maintaining the same meditative experience. No text, no distractions, just immersive minimalist puzzles. So you guys can get that. Both games are releasing on April 10th. Hook is going to be $3.99, and Star Overdrive is going to be $34.99. But if you guys, when you watch the video, if you pre-order now digitally on Nintendo Switch eShop, you can get it for $31.49, which is a 10% savings for it. So those are the games that are coming out. Um, Lamont. Um, I know you are our Ninja Turtle resident. Uh, we know. I think is it the not the last Samurai, the last Ronin, um,
Yes.
coming out. Um, we know that game is planned for I believe PlayStation and maybe Xbox. It may come to
Hmm.
Switch. Are you hoping to see some gameplay or a trailer for it this year at the Summer Direct?
Yes. Yes. I hope we can. I have to see something because I remember like the latest update I heard about was I guess they were doing like a lot of layoffs in the studio.
Hmm.
But fortunately the team that were working behind that game was still around. So that's good. But I haven't heard anything else, so hopefully we hear something on Summer Game Fest. Of course I'll be taking a day off for that too. But yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I so I I told Corey this. So I don't really call it the Summer Game Fest. I call it the Summer Direct because most of all the presentations are like direct style presentations. I'm excited to see what Xbox have this year. I'm definitely excited. I don't know if Nintendo's gonna do a Nintendo Direct because of Switch 2 releasing in June.
Yeah.
Um, I'd be surprised if we get something, but we might get like a partners direct, or I'll be fine with an indie direct. Um, maybe PlayStation would do their PlayStation Experience stuff. I really don't know. I don't even know like E3's new thing might be. I think it's coming out this year. Because Nintendo, Sega, I think Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation is going to be there. Um, I'm excited to see what summer gaming looks like this year outside of the Nintendo Switch 2. And that might be a discussion that we'll have later on in the future. Um, but like, I'm definitely excited to see that. So, before we go, we're going to get into our final thoughts. Lamont, what is your final thoughts? It could be anything game related, life related. What is your final thought?
Oh, my final thought is let gaming continue to bring all of us together. And that's
Yes.
all I'm going to. Oh, okay. This is a reference for the past Nintendo One, I mean
Hmm.
Switch One Direct. But I'm looking forward to the Hamadachi life.
Tamagotchi.
I said Hamadachi life
Yeah.
because I never had to play. I never got the chance to play that one either,
Hmm.
and I heard really, really, really good things. And I have been. I'm a huge fan of the Me games.
Yeah.
So when I heard about this one and I saw that announced, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that next year. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. Let's all just like come together and game. Let's
Yes.
swap friend codes and when Mario Kart World comes out, we can all race together. And you'll probably get mad at me because my main is always either Toad or Yoshi, and I'm sorry, I'm going to smoke you. So, but we'll still be friends, just.
It's all good. Mine's is Cooper Trooper. I was doing Yoshi and Toad, but I switched it to Cooper Trooper. I learned him, so he's my main when I do
Cool.
Mario Kart and everything. Um,
Nice.
Did you laugh when the perspective joke in Tamagotchi when the blonde girl was running? Then she was big as ever, and she's just like, "Would you like to talk?" And I fell out laughing. I don't know if you fell out laughing. I'm like, Nintendo, y'all doing too much, and I
I
appreciate the
I
funny.
did laugh because it was so out of left field. Because again, I never even played the series, so
Uh,
I didn't expect that. I was like, what? I just thought that was funny. But then, yeah, and then the girl wakes up, and then you see her walking by.
Yeah. And then looks and just like, oh, y'all turning this thing into a horror game. Oh, great. Just wonderful. Uh well, for me, everybody, I'm gonna shout out this podcast, Fine Time Podcast. They did a commentary podcast episode where they watched the Switch One event presentation in Japan, and they did a commentary on it. It's You could listen to it or watch it on the Fine Time YouTube page. Really, really good. I was cracking up. I was remembering stuff when they remember. I'm like, oh, this is so good. That's why I love doing commentary tracks.
Yeah.
There's something I literally sometimes go back when me, Jesse, and Corey did our Ninja Turtle commentary track for all three movies. And
That was
while
fun.
watching the movie, it's so fun. Um, but yeah, I definitely recommend to go listen to that Five Time podcast, and check them out and everything, and also go check out if you are into horror games and stuff, go check out WASD and Beyond. They talk to the creators of the Terabyte documentary. Go listen to them and everything. So those are my final thoughts. We are gearing up for PAX East, and so we are excited to go, and hopefully we'll be able to see any listeners or content creators who are also going there. So um, will that will be happening in May. But we're gonna get out of here, everybody. Let me get to where my last thing that I need to do. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. Remember, you can find new episode of this podcast every Monday morning on YouTube podcast service as part of our free Patreon content and on our website at bossrush.net. If you enjoyed the discussion on today's episode, leave the video a like or a good rating on your podcast app. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you gain ad-free access, early access to Expansion Pass and Book Club, and exclusive access to Power Block 1-Up. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. LaMont, thank you for joining us for this episode for Nintendo Power Block.
Thank you for having me.
You are always welcome. Everybody, we'll see you next time on Nintendo Power Block. Goodbye, everybody. Woo-hoo. Bye, everybody.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.